the abyss. An ever-expanding void of wrecked transit scaffolding, infested with all kinds of life and death and darkness. This will be the ultimate challenge for the White Knuckle Realtor. Alright, we don't need a super fancy intro. Welcome to the Abyss, and welcome to part 4 of which room in White Knuckle will make the best home. So we're finished with the campaign. We are, well, we have to do this video, but we got the Abyss. We're in the final stretch, as some may say. So if this is somehow your first time seeing this series, one, I would recommend you go watch the other ones first, because I don't know how much we're gonna get livable space out of this section. But we rank based off of mostly floor space, darkness, and danger, but only on like a per room basis, because I guess in the instance of the Abyss, I'm not gonna be counting the face as a threat, because I haven't been counting the mass as a threat, because it spans the whole section. We look at rooms individually, and as you can see, there is no face here. Thank fuck. But yeah, we rank on a scale from S to F on if I think the room would make a good home or not. Yeah, let's not delay any further. Let's get this over with. Where's my notebook? 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 Hello? I got it. So starting with Transit 01, this is gonna be the format for most of these, because this whole section is based around a horizontal movement. It's made of these vertical spires, or I guess they're support beams technically, and all of our ground floor space is going to be hanging off of these in some sort of way. Everything tends to be connected by these ropes, which is not the easiest to get around. As a matter of fact, most things in this section are going to be pretty hard to traverse, which is going to factor into a lot of the scoring. Transit 01 specifically, it ends right here, so everything over here is what we're ranking. I think most floor space you're gonna get are on these railings up here. I think this is most of your ground floor options. I guess maybe you could set up here. Maybe. The problem with any amount of ground floor you get in the Abyss is you're always like a foot away from just falling off into nothingness. Even in the center of this, if I lay down right here, took a little nap, I roll in my sleep, I know I would fall right off the edge, right into the abyss of nothingness. I just don't see it working. I'm gonna keep my hopes a little, not high, but like a little higher than normal for the future rooms. But Transit 1, I mean, come on. It's an F tier. It's gotta be an F tier. Okay, Transit 02. Off the bat, similar. We're starting on the same platform, jutting out from this one, but slanted. Everything back here pretty straightforward. This spire is a little bit slanted. This one is a whole nother level. Transit 02, I believe, is essentially like Transit 01. But much more wrecked, and also a lot more space. You get this giant gap up here. How are you gonna traverse that? You're telling me in all of White Knuckle, in the entirety of the campaign of White Knuckle, if you got a little tired, this is where you would rest? It has a lot of the same formations, like this is the same platform, I believe, from the other one. But once again, that's about as usable as the space gets. This is what a normal spire looks like. A little ridge, little tiny platform, and then a cube on top. The tops either have cubes or like these rails for the trams. Like, I can't not give Transit 01 an F, but I feel like 02 is worse. I feel like it's worse. How do I calculate that? We could rank it lower within the tier itself, although I've never done that before. Or we could add a whole new tier in. FF tier added, and Transit 02 is going to be our first FF tier. Oh yeah, I didn't even cover this look at this one. What are you gonna do with this? Alright, so yes, I added a tier. I think the Abyss is so bad, I wanted to have some amount of, like, variation in the rankings. Because if not, everything was just going to be F, F, F. So yes, we added FF tier. It's only going to be for the absolute bottom of the barrel rooms in the Abyss. I don't even know how we call them rooms. What is the room? I did get a comment. I think that somebody said that somebody kind of confirmed that we're not actually outdoors right now. There is like a giant mega structure around us, which is an interesting fun fact, but not important to what we're doing here. Okay, that thing's gone. Transit 03 starts off about the same, but this is a very distinctly different room. You get very tall spire, like the other ones, maybe a little bit taller. It's got one of these. This is a pretty decent platform. Once again, though, rendered almost useless because it's so dangerous. But you have two. You get a second one here with candles. Oh, I don't even remember seeing those before. The candles are so cozy. If somebody forced me to go to the Abyss, so far, I'd be picking this platform with the candles on it. But, elephant in the room. The cylinder of despair. The tube of terrifyingness. It is the pipe of pretty bad. The pipe of pretty bad stuff. That's what I'm calling it. So it's just a giant cylinder with a bunch of panels falling off. Maybe not even falling off. Maybe they're supposed to be off. And you can climb it. Maybe a climbing gym. Maybe. I don't know. It looks cool. That's the other thing. It's like a cool view from maybe not from this platform. It's a little bit close. From over here, it's a cool view. Climb up the ladder, look at it. But you can't live on a view. You can't live on a view. Also, we got some demonic shit going on over here. Let's Transit 03. It's surprise. It's another F tier. Surprise. So a funny story about Transit 04. If I hit F5 here, you can see the circled text is the room that we're in. M4 Abyss Transit 03. The threshold for the room switching is right about here, so if I move to here, we skip straight to Transit 05. There is not a Transit 04. I double checked this with people in the official White Knuckle Discord. Apparently, Transit 04 doesn't even exist. But I made my list taking into account just the numbers of the rooms. So, for the sake of the White Knuckle Realtors' convenience, we're gonna call this void space here. This is Transit 04. None of these platforms don't count. It's the space in between. That's Transit 04. And let me tell you, a lot of open space. Transit 04 is going into FF tier because it doesn't exist. It is a void. Transit 05, I got a good feeling about this one. So you start off, I didn't realize how many of these rooms start off with the same platform. This spire with this thing jutting out. This is a decent room out here. It's not terrible. But it's not the highlight. This room does have a highlight, Transit 05. As you can see, it's got buildings. I did have people in the comments a couple videos ago talking about buildings. The buildings in the Abyss would be awesome for this, because you could live in them. You could live in... Ooh, there's text here. What is this? Okay. That is lore that I had never seen before. But now's not the time. So yeah, there are people saying that these buildings would score great in this series because... it's a home, it's a building. However, they're inaccessible. The door doesn't open. There's nothing inside. I can go inside and you can see. Completely empty. And I'm sorry, but I'm selling these homes as is. I'm not giving out keys to these other rooms. So really all these buildings give us are the lights. It's pretty good lighting. Like honestly, it's pretty warm. There's a vending machine on the other side here too. And they also give us okay floor space. Like so far, this is a pretty good floor. I still don't think I would be comfortable sleeping up here, but somebody might. Especially with this thing in the way to kind of border. You set up right here, lay down. You're pretty far from the edge on all sides. And if you do fall, there's another floor there. And that's not all. Because Transit 5 has this other giant building down here that, in terms of floor space... One second. What is going... Okay, this is like big lore stuff I've never found before. There's like something living in there. And I killed these things and I think it got mad. Anyway, unimportant. Doors locked, don't have to worry about the dangers of whatever's in there. For the Abyss, this is amazing floor space. Like, comparatively. Especially, I'm drawn to this section because it's blocked off on two sides. If you can ignore that sound, it's okay. Ignore the sound. It's blocked off on both sides, and then you're pretty far from the edge here. I would feel safe sleeping here. Transit 05 is going to get a D tier because it's a little bit better. Also, I did forget something. I wanted to mention also these stairs. You could crawl up under here, or even under the building. I'm not sure how far off the ground that is, but you could maybe fit under there. Transit 06. This room starts essentially the same spire here, but it does not continue the same. It continues pretty terribly, actually, if I do say so myself. So many rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is like the gap in Transit 2, but worse because there's nothing in the middle. It is actually nothing. This is the beginning spire. This is the ending spire. And is that the whole room? Yeah. I believe it cuts off at this spire that's clipping into this thing right here. Do I even have to say anything? It gets to a point where it kind of just feels fruitless. I'm like trying to describe these things that are just so obvious. Everybody knows that this place would be awful. I'm like, I don't know. FF tier. Transit 6 goes into FF tier. Okay, we're going on to Dead Man's Handle. So, this place, I'm starting giving no clipping immediately because it's just so... This whole entire thing is Dead Man's, which is cool. Certainly a cooler view than the other cylinder I was talking about, but not in a good way. In more of a... I'm confused way, because the way I rank these, I take into account the entire space of the room. So if there's a good room, I'll still dock off points if it's hard to get to that room. Like, for example, this is the beginning of Dead Man's. If there's a good room like right up there, it's not gonna factor that much in because you have to get to it. So yeah, we have these cubes. Cubes, you know how you guys know how I feel about cubes. Not great. I think we're blowing up. Yeah, we're blowing up a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. If you can somehow make your way up here, there are these like indents in the wall. I believe they hold trains usually because it looks like they would. But these don't make terrible rooms. Like, honestly, if I was just ranking this bit, maybe like a C or a B. Like, it's so far from the edge, I'm not worried at all. And it's so dark in here that, like... Look at that. And there is a ton of those. Thunderstorm, ignore it. It's fine. Some okay space up here. If you wanna bunker down, hunker down, whatever the word that I'm thinking of is. Like here wouldn't be terrible. There's an even better option around here somewhere if I can actually find it. Here it is. So, in a very random location on the side of this cylinder, we have a very secluded vent, which takes us to an even further secluded room. This is the best you're gonna get. In the Abyss, this is the best you get. This room right here comes with a notepad, some syringes of mysterious medicinal origin, and some cool art on the wall. This room's not bad, but once again, you gotta get to it. And it's Where is it? It's right here. You're not gonna find that. I've already lost it. It's somewhere down there. All things considered, I think we can give Dead Man's Handle a D tier, but I still don't think we can go higher than that. And now we move on to the Hanging Gardens. This place is pretty cool. Outside of housing, it's kind of just cool, like the concept of it I find pretty fascinating. Garden 01 is interesting. You get these little, like, they're like whales of the air, essentially. And they kind of give lobster vibe, too, a little bit. There's a lot of life here. You're not alone. You got a bunch of roommates. That's cool. That's maybe actually not cool. I don't know if I would want a bunch of roommates. I don't know, dude. It's too biological. All the life is not winning any place in Garden any points with me. The most floor area I think you get is this area up here with this glob of life. Wow, that's really gross. I've never even stopped to consider how gross that is. F tier. It's awful, but there's standing room. There's standing room. Me trying to justify giving something F tier. Like, it's got this thing that's good, so it goes in F tier. So, here's Garden 02. I think that's all you need to see. I don't know if there's any way I can twist this to make it not go into FF tier. You can't use anything here. It's got this. It's got a transit rail here. But for the one transit rail, you also pay in everything being so, like, as spread out as it could possibly get while still being reasonable. It's not reasonable. I don't even know why I said that. It is getting an FF tier because oh my god. So Garden 3, stuff is closer together. Good sign off the bat. Still pretty spread apart though. Like this is leaning towards FF to me so far. But we gotta also consider no other room has this. The transit rail with a train on it. There's an abandoned train here. Look, hear me out. This is kind of cozy. It's kind of cozy. This is kind of, I feel like this is at the perfect angle. You could lean your back up against the floor and put your legs up here. Chilling. And it comes with a bunch of free stuff. Food. You do have to get to it, which is an issue. But it's here. We have to value the fact that it's here. No, this is no good. This is no good. Garden 3 gets an F, not an FF, because it has a train you could live in, which is pretty okay. Okay, Garden 4. This is the one that has the giant tree of life, or whatever this is. Actually, I guess the tree's not even that big. It's just at the top of the spire. Huh. Well, this room is mostly empty space. Not good. Not great. Not amazing. I hate. But from the spawn point, which I believe is right... Yeah, I believe is right here. It's not very realistic to assume you can reach over there, but you could get up here, and you could get to this building, which is locked, and you could, like I was saying earlier, hide under these stairs. Stairs are your friend. I do think the stairs, like, hiding under them is probably your best bet in places that have buildings like this. There's more lore here. Oh, it's the same note, I think. Also, can you kill these? You can! Wait, but that's really sad. No. I've just always wondered if you could kill those. Yeah, Garden 4 gets an F tier. Because you can hide under the stairs, but that's about it. I feel kind of awful because this whole video has mostly been me going like, F tier, it's F tier, it's F tier. Oh, it's worse than F tier. Oh, it's F tier. I'm keeping everything at the same standard level because I want these rankings to work together as like a mega ranking at the end. So, in comparison to every other room in White Knuckle, the Abyss is just god-awful. But we do have one more room. This is it. You're looking at it. This is the outro room of the Abyss. And it's got pretty good walking area, actually. You have two transit rails, both broken up in different ways. And I think the value here, because you can't really sleep on these, I think the value here is mostly in exercise. You just run back and forth. Especially this one's not broken in the middle, so you can just run and run and run. And then turn around and run and run and run. Also, nice view. This actually beautiful view. I like how this shit looks. So yeah. Still all the same dangers, still all the same flaws, just with a little bit more running space. Outro room gets an F tier as well. So yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just terrible. I hope this was at all fun to watch, because I know all the rooms basically got the same ranking from me. But we added a new tier. That's exciting. This is not the end of the series. I'm gonna go through and rank all the like transitional rooms and the secret rooms, stuff like that. So, part 5 coming. Part 5 coming. Stay tuned. But not for a while. Well, not for too long. It'll probably be about as long as it took this one to get out. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys. Like, anyone who watched this, thank you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying the series overall, because I know that a lot of people are here for this series specifically. So I hope I'm doing it justice. What is going on? I thought I could stand on this like permanently. I'm just riding this thing now. Thank you guys for all the support recently. There's been a lot of new support, and I think people are finding the channel and actually liking my videos, which is really cool. I love that people like what I'm making. Seriously, thank you guys. Okay, if you like the video, please leave a like. Please subscribe. I feel like I'm ranting now, just yapping on about nothing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Woo!